Good morning and welcome to the Yara U.K YouTube channel. Just for a bit of agronomy chat this morning here on this oilseed rape crop. Something that we've had in recent days is lots of inquiries around how to manage the oilseed crop this year in 2017, because quite clearly we've got to the position where the crop is now getting tall, full flower. So suddenly we're at the end of March and it's a job to get through it with our last nitrogen applications in some cases. So nitrogen fertiliser has ended up going on earlier this year than perhaps in previous seasons. So what does that mean? What's the implications for that has been the questions that we've had, and how should we perhaps think about dynamically managing this crop as we go forward. Anyway, just some really thoughts on that then. I think we've got two things that we really understand with the oilseed crop well now, is that we have to build the canopy, and we're always looking towards that green area index 3 to 4 to get our optimum yields, optimum canopy. And then secondly, we want that canopy to last, so we often term that green area duration. So, and I guess that's the bit we're really now thinking about, is that green area duration, in the sense we have built the canopy, we've built it with our nitrogen. That's gone on a little bit earlier this year, maybe a couple of weeks in some cases, and at slightly lower rates because of the fact that we had a really nice big canopy coming in to the spring. So what we've ended up with, as I say, is a long period now that's going to require us to go from here at the end of March right through, obviously, through flowering and to seed fill. And I think the bit for us to really think about and just make some good decisions on going into the next few weeks and right through to harvest is about this duration part of the canopy. So really it's going to be about monitoring the crop closely, so being dynamic with your thoughts, monitor that crop closely, and any sign of that crop going off by way of bit of discoloration, so the young leaves right at the top of the canopy, so young leaves right at the top is going to be the ones that are going to drive yield into seed fill. So we want those to keep going for as long as we can. They're 3 times more effective than the pod itself when it comes to photosynthesis, and of course we want that pod canopy to stay green as well as that develops. The research really sits largely with high application, or not high applications, but applications of nitrogen at flowering. So, and most of the data gathered has been using the Yara U.K product. So there we're looking at a solution which we go on at 200 to 250 litres per hectare, and we can time that with one of our fungicides. What we're seeing there is results anywhere from 0.12 up to 0.78 tonnes a hectare, with an average at the moment running at about 0.3. So a good return on investment with regard to the cost benefit associated with that, and some really good data that demonstrates it's something that should be part of routine oilseed management, just to drive a little bit of extra yield late on there. So really think 1/4 tonne a hectare plus by way of the response to that, and in today's pricing with the oilseed crop, then that's a really worthwhile thing to consider. There are other routes we could try and take. There's not the data behind them as yet by way of the response, but what they are going to do is do a similar exercise by way of keeping that canopy going for longer, and that would be using a formulated more micronutrient and macronutrient mix. And again, there's products out there that can be used for that. Within the Yara range, we've got the Yara Vita products, Crop Lift and Safe N, where we can be using those as a means of a formulated nutrient mix going on, just to get a bit of extra life out the canopy through. So your Crop Lift, we're talking 5 kilos a hectare there of that product. The Safe N, we're up at 10 litres a hectare. So 2 different products there to consider again as part of this managing the crop as we go forward. All the detail can be found on the website with regard to those products, and obviously make contact with us if you want any clarification on those points. Anyway, Hope your crop continues to look well, and we'll pick up on some more agronomy chat another time. Bye.